1688 is a business-to-business supplier directory owned by Alibaba Group, and just like Alibaba, in 1688 you can find all kinds of factories, wholesalers, and trading companies in any industry with cheaper prices. Now the difference between 1688 and Alibaba is that 1688 is focused on domestic trade, while Alibaba has been focused on export and international market since day one. That's why you see 1688 is all in Chinese language and prices are based on the Chinese RMB, not US dollar, which to be honest has its own advantages. 1688 is not limited to factories or trading companies, and same as Alibaba, we can find all kinds of factories and suppliers. In fact, most suppliers have websites both on Alibaba and 1688 platforms, one for international buyers and one for domestic ones. Now if you compare prices on Alibaba and 1688, you will see in most cases 1688 suppliers offer at least 30 to 40% cheaper prices. Now many importers believe that Chinese suppliers offer lower prices to domestic buyers, and they tend to quote higher prices to European or American customers. Now this could be because of quality or materials, or maybe exchange rates, because as I mentioned earlier, the main currency on 1688 is in the Chinese RMB. So in this video I'm going to share with you exactly how to translate 1688 from Chinese to English with just one click, how to search for a product based on a picture, an English keyword or a Chinese keyword, and much more. So without further ado, let's get into it. So if you go to 1688.com, you'll see it's all in Chinese language. But if you use Google Chrome browser and just search Google Translate Chrome extension and install it, once you go to the website, you can just click on the extension and click on English. Personally, I always check this box that says always translate Chinese. So from now on, your browser will automatically translate Chinese websites to English, or you can translate to your main language if you want. Alright, now that you have access to its English version, let's get into searching for a product. So there are four main ways you can search for a specific keyword or product. The first method is by uploading a picture. As you can see on the search bar, you can click on the camera icon, and from there you can upload a picture. Now between four ways of searching for a product, this is the least effective one because it searches based on the general shape of your picture. It's not that advanced yet. I mean, it's going to show up a few search results, but they will be limited to a few options and you will not get hundreds of search results. The second method is by searching with English keyword. Now, as an example, I'm going to enter jump rope in the search bar. As you can see, it shows some search results, but if I scroll down at the end of this page, you will see the results are going to be only 2 pages. But what we're looking for is hundreds, maybe thousands of suppliers over here. So it's not that efficient. But the third way is to just go to Google Translate and enter the English keyword and translate it to simplified Chinese. For example, here I'll enter jump rope and translate it into Chinese. And from here, you can just copy and paste that on 1688. So as you can see, with the Chinese keywords, it brings up to 50 pages of search results, while with the English keywords, we just had 2 pages. So I highly recommend searching with Chinese keywords because it's the most effective one. The final method is to use the Find Similar Model feature, which I'm going to share with you exactly how it works right now. So with this method, if you find a product that is similar to a product that you're looking for, and you can just take your mouse on it and a small orange box will appear that says Find Similar Models. Once you click on it, 1688 opens a tab and it will show up all of the similar products. This is going to be useful in some cases, like when you don't know the exact name of the product or something like that. But as I mentioned earlier, searching by Chinese keyword is going to be the most effective method. Since 1688 is a Chinese website, it's going to show up the most numbers of search results. Alright, now that you know 4 ways to search for a specific keyword or a specific product, now it's the time to go to a product page and review a product page on 1688. Alright. Alright, this is an example of a product page on 1688. Usually the suppliers offer different prices for different numbers. For example, on this page it's going to be from 19.5 Chinese RMB for a minimum order quantity of 32 units up to 2000 units, and 16.5 RMB for more than 2000 units. If you have never heard about the Chinese currency RMB or Chinese yuan, or if you want to know how much it is going to be in the US dollar, you can just search it on Google. For example, right now I'm going to search 16.5 RMB to US dollars on Google or other exchange websites, and here as you can see it says it's going to be 2.55 US dollars. All right, now let's go back to the product page. So here if I scroll down a little bit under other recommendations, you will find more details. So on the left side we have their company name, we have their contact name, location, and under that you can click on enter the shop, where you'll go to their main storefront, and from there you can see their other products. In the middle of this page you'll have some other details and specifications like brand, weight, and dimensions. If you scroll down at the left side you'll see the product categories that they sell, the contact information like the full name, their phone number, as well as their location. At the end of this page we have more product descriptions like net and gross weight, packing which can be customizable, the material, product size and packing size, and some other useful information. Alright, now that you know how to review a product page on 1688, the next step, which is the most difficult part, especially for the sellers who are new to 1688, is how to contact 1688 suppliers and start negotiating with them. Alright, the next step is to contact your supplier, and hopefully there are different options. I'm going to share with you 5 methods, 5 ways to contact a supplier on 1688. So the first and most effective one is by clicking on this blue icon over here. So for those of you who haven't seen this before, this is called Ali WangWang, which is a Chinese social media platform. You can Google Ali WangWang and download it on your Windows or MacBook. But to be honest, I don't recommend it because it's not in English language and it's not that user friendly. You're not able to really translate its Chinese word into English. So chances are high that you'll have some difficulties signing up on this platform. But the second method is to contact them by using QQ, which is a Chinese social media as well, but it's much more user friendly compared to Ali WangWang. Now QQ is one of the, I can say, top 5 social media platforms in China, and almost all of the suppliers use it. And in order to use it, you can go to their homepage on 1688 and check out their main banner on the top of the page. Now many of these suppliers mention their QQ ID, and on the right side of their banner you can simply download the QQ app on your phone or on your Windows or MacBook, whichever you prefer, and sign up and add your supplier's ID. Once they accept your request, you can start chatting with them. So the third method is by going to their contact page on 1688 and find their phone number. So I can guarantee that almost 99% of the suppliers on 1688 use WeChat, because since WhatsApp is banned in China, they use WeChat as the first social media app in their country. So you can simply save and add their phone number, and after they accept your contact request you can start texting. I highly recommend using WeChat since a lot of these suppliers don't know English, or they can text or understand English compared to Alibaba suppliers. If you just keep your finger on their text on WeChat and scroll it down, WeChat has a feature that it instantly translates Chinese into English. And for those Chinese suppliers as well, if you just text them in English, they can hold your text and scroll it down, and WeChat is going to translate from English to Chinese for them. So it's kind of solve the language barrier both for you and for your supplier. Now let's get into the fourth method to contact your 1688 supplier. You can just go to their contact page and check if they have any website address other than 1688. Now most of the time these suppliers sell both on Alibaba and 1688, so you'll be able to click on their Alibaba web address, and from there you can contact them on Alibaba or find their email and send them an email. Finally, the fifth method to contact your supplier is to ask your sourcing agent. Now, if you have a sourcing agent or someone like an agent or a freight forwarder who is responsible for shipping your goods, you can simply send the link of your 1688 supplier to your sourcing agent or freight forwarder, whichever you prefer, and ask them to contact these suppliers on behalf of you and get quotes or prices of the product that you're looking for. All right, now that you know 5 ways to contact your 1688 supplier, let's get into the final part of this video, which is how to pay your 1688 supplier. So before making any payment, make sure that they have an export license, because a small percentage of these suppliers can sell only within China, or in other words, they can sell domestic only. After you make sure that they can export internationally, next you should ask for something called a pro forma invoice and ask them for a 30-70% payment, which means first you'll pay the 30% as a deposit, and after 2 weeks when the goods are ready, you'll pay for the remaining 70%. Now, I want you to go to Alibaba.com and search for inspection companies. There are hundreds of good third-party inspection companies that do product inspections from $100 to $250, and I highly recommend them. Imagine if you don't ask for an inspection, and instead of saving $100 on inspection, after a month you receive all of your goods and you see that the quality is so bad that you won't be able to sell any of these goods. Now you spend $1,000 and it's all gone because you just wanted to save $100 on inspection. So as I mentioned, first you ask for a pro forma invoice. Next you'll pay the 30% a deposit. Next you hire a third-party inspection company. Then after anywhere from a week or 2, depending on your production time, after the inspector confirms everything is okay and sends you the inspection report, you'll ask for a commercial invoice from your supplier, which is a legal document, and you must request it because later you will need it for both Amazon and IRS or CRA for your tax purposes. Finally, after the supplier sends you the commercial invoice and you get the inspection report and make sure that everything is fine, you can pay them the remaining 70% by TT or wire transfer, and you're good to go. So I hope you find this video helpful. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to watch my other videos over here. There are a lot of videos about tips and tricks you should know before buying from Alibaba, as well as how to pay your Chinese supplier or Alibaba over here. So just click on one of them right now. As always, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.